Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to yet another epic, legendary, on-time episode of the Half Baked Podcast. I am Tom. With me, I have Vega and Nick. How's it going?
What's cracking?
Yo.
And this week was a lot going on the internet, to my understanding. I mean, I'm certainly a guy who's online. Vega also has been sending me a lot of TikToks lately of all the latest trends. Vega, what's trending on TikTok recently? What's your favorite trend?
I don't really fuck with TikTok because years ago when it first came out, it was just a bunch of like little girls dancing in bikinis or some shit. I was like, not going on there.
YouTubers hate that notoriously.
I don't know, dude.
It's all about Instagram Reels, because Instagram Reels is like unchecked, unhinged AI slob.
It's murder.
Like, dude, I was in there the other day and all of a sudden the James Charge algorithm hit my phone. Are you familiar with James Charge?
Fuck no, I thought you misspoke.
No. James Charge is an animatronic James Charles whose semen reserves are dangerously low. I'm not kidding, dude. He's like, I have to go to the industries to put my semen reserves.
That's a lie.
Is this related to Mr. Droid at all?
No, they interact.
Okay.
They interact.
That's not real.
George Droid, I nominate you.
And the videos start with like, oh no, my semen reserves are dangerously low. Dude, I had sent one to Willie Mac's show, and it was like a really fucked up one. And Willie texted me, he goes, "Hey asshole, can you not do that?" I go, "Dude, it was funny. Why?" He's like, "Bro, I played that in front of my girlfriend," and I had to be
that's
like,
cool.
Nick from work sent this to me.
Nick from work. Yeah, good one, dude. No.
Have you guys heard of that Ethan Klein guy?
Who is that?
Yeah, there's some Ethan Klein related news. Ethan Klein affiliated media.
That's a good video.
No, I think the main one is probably MamaMax this week, right? Like that's got to be the one we talk about.
He did make a return.
I have a hard time engaging with this topic because it feels like Max is just throwing shit at the wall. And every time I talk about it now, I didn't know if it was going to be like this when I'd first started watching some of his newer shit that he's been posting, because he's at this point, at the time of recording, he's posted about 4 hours worth of content across 2 separate videos. After watching about, I don't know, like 2 hours total of all the stuff that he's posted,
Yeah.
I've kind of come to the conclusion that he probably doesn't have an actual argument here. And it's like, I guess, trying to take everybody else out with him. I guess Mudahar and Expo are the 2 main people he's targeting. And I don't necessarily think signal boosting it is a super good thing. Again,
Yeah.
if he had legitimate arguments for some of the claims that people made about him, that's one thing. But I'm not really super invested in like the bad fake pedo investigation man trying to build a redemption arc off of Mudahar being an untrustworthy loser.
Yeah, I did see that one of the videos they uploaded. Once I see that it's 2 hours, 3 hours, what, I can't do it, bro. You ain't got the time.
I did watch a lot of the first one. I haven't seen the Mudahar one yet, but I did watch a lot of the first one.
The second one was way worse, like way more schizo.
Well, the first one, unfortunately, I didn't have my eyes on it because I was driving, but I was aware of sort of the general story he was telling. And from what I could tell, essentially what he's saying is, I'm not a great guy, but these other people are bad too, is basically his point in the story.
Yeah, but these other people aren't like hinging their entire career paths fucking up pedo allegations.
Right.
That's the conclusion I came to yesterday is like, okay, well, if you want to say that Mood is not a journalist and I'm not a journalist and I shouldn't be covering stories like this, I actually agree with you. But that doesn't harm me because my audience knows this.
Right.
That this is your whole thing. This is like detrimental to your entire persona. It screams to me as somebody who just desperately wants to like, who sees an opportunity to jump off the death of Mudahar, even though he's obviously not, dead, but like a downward spiral from Mudahar going like, oh, I could probably boost my Patreon numbers and give this another go.
So do you think his initial goal was to get Mudahar's attention from the start and then go in on him?
No, I think he saw what happened with Nux Taku.
Okay.
I didn't get to that point. Apparently Nux Taku even gets mentioned in the second video.
Okay.
I think he saw like, oh, a weakness. Like the people who criticize me are now at odds with Mudahar, so I can jump in and kind of use that to my advantage.
But they're kind of, it's really just you, right?
Not really.
Like Nexpo's not at odds with Mudahar as far as I know. Night Dogs isn't.
Nexpo was a different thing. He kind of got some points on Nexpo. I don't know if you saw, I talked to Nexpo and I tried to be as nice as I could in the call, but his answers weren't good. Now you could chalk that up to a variety of reasons, but when somebody tells me they've removed all of their Discord messages with somebody individually one by one with no archive or log to look back on because they might take him out of context, I think that's probably like a pretty weird answer. I'm talking about like the Night Doc stuff in particular.
Yeah.
That was MamaMax's strongest argument, is that like people kind of tossed Jim at him as like a weapon when all these people kind of privately shit on him all the time. It's impossible now to determine who was the one who started the rumors, is whether like Night Docs is a fucking pedophile or a bad dad. It's been kind of obfuscated, I guess, effectively. And the responses from like Mutahar and Nexpo weren't like super good either.
So I don't totally remember who was the first person to bring that particular part of the story to the public.
We published it in my video. We published the testimony based off of the stuff that Nexpo.
Did Night Docs come out and say it first?
No, Night Docs came to me.
Right.
I'm pretty sure if I look back.
He came to you to talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have no problem publishing it because, again, MamaMax is the one who's arguing that we should have more information before we move public on stuff. This guy's publishing pedo allegations without any evidence. But I guess two wrongs wouldn't make it right. But from the perspective where I was sitting at, this is a person who has a credible first party, obviously Nexpo, credible first party interaction here. Mutahar, who has heard through his wife, right? So he's like a second-hand source, but his wife being a first-hand source. These are huge YouTubers with tons of stuff to lose, right? I'm not like, oh, this is a big YouTuber, therefore I should trust him. It's like, no, there could be repercussions on a career level, on a financial level, if they've come to me to lie about this. And let's talk about who we're, I guess, engaging with. MamaMax is like the fake pedo allegation man,
right,
who has done this to other people. So it all kind of lines up with like, hey, this is probably a lower tier risk to publish this. This is testimony, so I will be publishing it as testimony with their speech in the video and their statements and associated stuff. But I mean, if that blew up in my face, I'd be the first one to say, oops, my bad. But I can't tell you I would never be able to, I would never make a mistake like that again, because I think that's a mistake that you can't really prep for.
Yeah.
The only way you could avoid making a mistake like that is just never accepting testimony and reporting on it ever.
Or to know the future.
It just sounds like an extremely safe thing, even in hindsight.
With the Nexpo thing, you said he was deleting the messages one by one. You just think that that's what
he told me. He said he didn't use redact.
Yeah.
He went back and individually deleted every message.
I'm not saying you're bullshit. See, I don't even know that redact thing. So I'm assuming that's like, it takes all the messages.
An application, auto.
Yeah, it deletes it, and then it gives you like a zip file of all the logs, right? I'm assuming something like that, right? The archive?
Exactly like that.
So he didn't do that. That's probably just inexperienced. The dude fucking...
Okay, but you don't have to use redact. Redact is probably the tool that you would want to use. But if you're saying I'm deleting my messages preemptively because someone might take me out of context, wouldn't your first worry to be, oh, I've got to screen record this so I know what I said?
Right.
You're opening yourself up to Max just lying about what you said, and you now don't have any proof because you've chosen to delete it.
Right, yeah.
You know, that's just, it doesn't seem like it logically tracks. Someone who's worried about their perception based off of how Max would twist their words made no archives of anything they've ever said.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, but I'm just saying, like, makes sense for like a guy like Nexpo that he wouldn't even think about that, you know?
Yeah, there's a certain level of charitability I can afford, because there's one thing I've learned: big YouTubers can be extremely fucking stupid because they don't navigate drama a lot.
Well, I think the big thing to remember with these big YouTubers is that no matter how much you may think that they're not people, they very much are people with all the problems that every other fucking person has. And then it gets magnified by like the audience, right? And so as a result, like, you don't anticipate that someone like Nexpo, like, I never would have thought he would ever be involved in any kind of drama on any level.
Yeah, never. Yeah.
Right. So when you hear about this, even though it is, you know, in the grand scheme, a relatively small thing, some people will be like, well, what the hell? Right. I guess in retrospect, it does make sense more that Max wouldn't be this only like master manipulator level person.
Well, I could go either way. The thing is, I don't think Max proving that everyone talks shit about Night Docs proves that Nexpo sourced the rumor.
Right.
I think that if Nexpo and Mutahar are making jokes in private with a group of people who all knew about it, that's not necessarily spreading it or anything. It's not even really significant. The only reason it is significant is that they weren't upfront with how much they talked about it, which cast doubt on the rest of their story. That's like the big major takeaway here. And I could go either way on Nexpo. I'm not going to condemn Nexpo as bad guy.
Right.
Mutahar obviously is. The stuff that he was saying to Tommy C that Max has been able to provide, if those screenshots are real, where he's like reaching out to Tommy and saying that he, like, I guess there's like a mutual respect there and all this shit. When Mutahar was privately bashing the shit out of Tommy with Max, yeah, it's just like, he's such a fake piece of shit, because there's no way that he didn't know that Tommy was one of the major critics of Max, because he was sitting in private like a little yes man, taking shots at him in their little Discord conversations, or wherever the fuck they were having those combos. He is just a two-faced little rat, and he always has been.
I heard Tommy talking about that, yeah.
It's weird because I thought there was something wrong with Mutahar recently when I saw the way this Nux situation unfolded. But as I've learned more, it's just like this guy is a total yes men conflict cuck who just tells everybody what they want to hear, like a spineless rat entity.
So that's what that whole what is it? Mutahar's a fraud. Is that the second one, right? I saw it pop up, but it was like 3 hours.
Yeah, and the problem is that video is so bad. After all the shit I just said, I had to defend Mutahar.
Yeah. You guys are like mortal enemies now, yeah.
Yeah, no, I talked to Mutahar before I went public, and he said it was on the record, and there wasn't really much value to what he said, so I didn't say or really do much with it. But, like, I just find it interesting that he was down to make so many, like, follow-up videos, and now that Max has responded, he's like, yeah, this is really not worth my time.
I thought did he make a MamaMax video recently or no?
Not recently, but he made several follow-ups when they were slam dunks.
Okay. I thought... For some reason, I was schizophrenic. I thought he had made one recently.
Yeah, my timeline's a little sketchy with this. Just by MamaMax kind of coming back in, I'm like, wait, when did that happen?
Oh, did he make one when Max was the used car salesman? I didn't watch him at that point.
No. I'm just saying. Okay, so I'm not totally understanding the timeline because I'm not up to date on what the Mutahar thing recently is with Tommy C. I don't know what that is.
Oh, that's from the Max video.
Okay, I didn't see that part.
So Max showed screenshots. So because Mutahar went on Tommy's stream and was like, Tommy, I didn't know that you were like one of the only guys reporting this correctly, dude. I have tons of respect for you. Like at some point he had met Tommy's kid on Discord. Tommy thought like, oh, okay, this is cool. This is like a cool interaction. And then Max pulls up stuff going, that's extremely funny because he was making fun of you behind the scenes way before this, dude. When we were doing our videos talking shit about you.
Well, I mean, I guess he could have changed his mind or something, right?
No, he said that he didn't know that Tommy was covering it. There's no way to change your mind about that. He just lied.
Is it possible that he didn't know? Let's say playing Muda's advocate here. Okay. Is it possible that he didn't know that Tommy was covering specifically what he was covering and the way he was covering it?
No, he said, I think your new video put Tommy C on suicide watch to Max. And then he told he told Tommy that he didn't even know that Tommy was critical of Max. Like he was the only one who was critical of him at the time.
Honestly, it completely slipped my mind that there was drama with Tommy C and MamaMax until this moment.
Dude,
that's such a deep cut.
Tommy was like the #1 guy.
Way before.
Yeah, MamaMax did a whole video on a pedophile. I think the Wayne video where he had like 17 QR codes talking about having sex with Tommy, or like leading up to the one where he talks about like fucking Tommy in the ass.
Yeah.
In the middle of a pedo video. Yeah.
They were like mortal enemies, and I think Max was like shitting on Tommy because I think Tommy really didn't, if I remember correctly, Tommy didn't really have anybody backing him up, but I think everybody was like doing their own thing anyway.
But it was shitting on him from the perspective of like, this isn't even something I need to worry about or consider. It was like low broing Tommy C.
Yeah, kind of.
No, but he spent a significant portion of a pedophile expose on Tommy.
Right.
And then when he was pushed on it and he was asked about it, he goes, Tommy's allowed to call me a fucking pedo, piece of shit. So am I not allowed to do the same or whatever? When he was confronted on it in a phone call, he was like very aggressive about it. So I don't think it was a little thing that he did. I think he mentioned it briefly verbally, but I think that like that bothered him enough that it was throughout the entire course of the video through QR codes.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I didn't know what the QR codes were. I know he talked about them. I just forgot what they were. Yeah, they were like mortal enemies, Tom. How did you not know this?
I knew it, but I forgot, okay? Dude, this shit happened like years ago.
Oh, you did? I just slipped my mind, yeah.
This shit happened fucking years ago, okay?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm sorry that
What I learned from this is I learned exactly how MamaMax was able to rise to power and do the content that he was able to do. Because reading these new interactions and seeing the way that they just pampered this fucking guy for years, it's like totally clear to me how he was able to slide through and just be like accepted without any question with his fucking antics.
Well, it's not working out now, is it?
No, I mean, at that point, like, I don't know. I got the message now. It's, let's see. Jesus Christ, man, does Jen know? Okay, so the Mutahar jumps in. I think you just put our friend Tommy on suicide watch, bro. Wait, for real? Lol, I saw the first part. LMFAO. If he didn't already, he probably should. And this is back in 2022.
Yeah, I could take that as clowning if I was Tommy. The first part where, you put him on suicide watch, because that's also his boy.
No, but the thing is, Mutahar is claiming he had no idea that Tommy was the vocal critic of Max.
Yeah.
And now we've got him caught red-handed.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Knowing like a lot about this in private. But that's the same thing kind of with Nexpo. It's like these guys just leave out important details that if they just apologize for in the moment, like Mutahar gains nothing by lying about this, and Max has everything to gain by exposing him. Why didn't he just say, hey, I was kind of caught on the gravy train a little bit, or like, hey, I didn't really think about it and I didn't really take you seriously and I should have sooner. Instead, he just acted like he'd never heard about it before.
What is this Dojangles tweet about a vial of blood?
Oh, yeah, every expose Max releases, another weird thing comes out about him. So at VidCon, the story that I'm aware of is that his psychotic girlfriend, who's completely unhinged, she was like, introduction to the group was, hey, by the way, if you don't want me to hack you, don't go on the public Wi-Fi. Apparently she was going around wearing a vial of Max's blood.
No.
And then
not the blood.
She had lost it at some point through the night, so it had fallen and somebody had stepped on it. And I guess they had to clean it up at the Airbnb.
That's like, like Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox. They talk about how they drink each other's blood. Have you heard of this?
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah,
that's
fucking
cool.
Weirdos, bro.
That's awesome. That's normal, actually. Vega,
yeah.
Tell me you're not drinking girls' blood every night. Come on.
Depends on what time of the month it is.
Okay. Whoa. Okay.
That's when you start. When you see me breaking out the red towels and the red sheets, you already know what time it is.
So it doesn't. You're unbothered.
No, I don't do that.
Okay.
I don't do that shit at all, bro. I'm good.
To get off the sad commentary YouTuber assaults brigade topic, did you see the stuff he did about Spencer?
I saw. I saw him being like, she was always fed, and then she had a giant plate of fucking Taco Bell. She's like, they didn't give me my fucking tortillas. It's a scam.
What?
Dude.
What?
Dude.
Yeah.
Father's Day is coming up, and dad bods are in, baby. Now, I'm a little older than the boys, and let me tell you, men, we like practical stuff. If you're gonna get us a gift, give us something we can actually use. And it just so happens today's sponsor has the goods. Raycon everyday earbuds are the perfect gift for pops. And starting at just half the price of other premium audio brands, it just makes sense. And luckily for you, their latest models are better than ever. They have 32 hours worth of battery life, which is perfect for me while editing videos because those giant headsets get pretty painful to wear from dawn till dusk. And with their quick charge function, just 10 minutes of charging gives you 90 minutes of battery. And knowing me, I'll forget to charge them, so when I hit the gym for a break, that gives me all the battery I need. Clutch. Multi-point connectivity that lets them pair with 2 devices at once. Crazy. Now, they do come in plenty of colors, but they have a variety of protective case covers to change it up. Tom got this one to match his vibes. They're dust, sweat, and water resistant, something dad will definitely appreciate. These earbuds also come with active noise cancellation, so when mom just won't let that bachelor party trip back in '99 go, he'll know your gift was peace this day. You're welcome, Dad. I love you. And look, if Dad isn't digging them, Raycon offers a 30-day happiness guarantee return policy. No questions asked. Seriously, show your dad some love this Father's Day and go to buyraycon.com/HBP to get 15% off site-wide. So get him a pair. He deserves them. Brought to you by Raycon. All right, back to the show.
I went back on my video. I gotta read this YouTube comment to you because you're not gonna believe, like, you're actually gonna lose your shit. Because I started like almost sobbing last night when I read this. I wanted to see what people were writing on my video now that Max is back, and they said, now that we know Camden Gerard Davis is actually code for 2 number 4s, a number 6, 2 5-layer burritos, 4 orders of nacho fries, 4 extra tacos, 1 number 9 with extra sauce, and 2 liters of Pepsi. Spencer says, we must get Camden Gerard Davis right now. That's what she meant. Dude, the thing is, Max spends the first hour of his video talking about like what huge pieces of shit we are for saying awful stuff about Spencer on like a live stream after the fact, right? And then he's like, but Spencer, that person that we were just blindly believing previously,
she actually is morbidly obese and cannot stop eating.
Yeah.
she has accused me of starving her
after eating everything in the house, including the evidence.
Dude, and he just starts like lobbing fucking screenshots on the screen, and then he doesn't really differentiate when it becomes damage that like her dog had done or damage that she had done. So it starts cutting jarringly between like large Taco Bell orders and like foam from the couch being on the floor and fucking chunks being eaten out of the walls. So I was watching this the first time, but I guess I had missed that. And I'm like, is he saying that she's eating drywall? Like, it just cuts to like a potted plant being destroyed on the floor and a chair, like all the foam from the chair being ripped out of it or something. I guess, I don't know if the dog destroyed it or she like threw something and it broke, but the way he described it almost looked like she was just gnawing at drywall.
Dude, I remember hearing her talk like probably the first time, and I was like, this bitch is crazy. She's crazy. That girl right there, she's playing Max every dime that he's got, every piece of clout that he's got.
And she got it too.
She's trying to do.
She did. She took Max for everything.
Oh, did she?
Well,
she's got like a channel and stuff.
No, she didn't actually get to keep any of it, of course.
Oh, but, okay.
But she destroyed him financially.
Yeah.
This stupid publicity stunt destroyed him financially. So I mean, she kind of did siphon everything out. It just went to like the drama YouTubers instead.
That's the sad part about this whole story. You guys will probably disagree with me, but if you got MamaMax that he's trying to do this thing, he's trying to look out for people. He's trying to bring in these victims. I hated that too when people were in this constant state of these victims, and it's like, are we just forgetting that this guy is probably somewhere like in Georgia or something working a regular ass construction job, has no idea what's going on, and people think he's some kind of cult leader of a vampire werewolf organization deep underground or something.
Camden Gerard Davis. Yeah,
yes, dude. I will forever know that name.
Joe Rogan.
We don't know anything about that. We have not seen anything other than the testimonies of these people and this fucking picture of this guy with vampire teeth. And that's kind of it.
I like the idea that he is a literal vampire. He's the first one, and we're gonna find out about it in not that long.
My favorite thing is like he'll talk about how Camden, like things have happened to Camden, like we found Camden or whatever, and it's always the picture of the mugshot from his traffic violation. I don't know if Max thinks it's like a human traffic violation, but he puts that on the screen to like for like credibility's sake, and it's very funny.
He was caught blood trafficking.
The issue with the video is that like the newer one that just came out that you haven't seen yet, a lot of it is just like Mudahar is the reason this case wasn't taken seriously because he made a video in mid-January and then made jokes about it after everyone had stopped supporting me in early February. It's like playing clips from Muda at the very beginning of the drama and contrasting them with things that he'd said at the end of it.
But that really has very little to do with it.
No, and it's like Mudahar didn't take this seriously. This is a case about a vampire werewolf sex cult with thousands of victims, and Mudahar didn't take it very seriously. It's just like maybe that's why people aren't taking it seriously because the prompt is fucking retarded.
Off jump, the descriptor is like, bro.
It's like, dude, I can't believe that they're not taking it seriously, dude. You mean the victim that's hung up in your house on the social media platforms that you're pushing, talking about giving victims financial aid? Like, this is not how you do an investigation like this. Every single thing he was doing seemed like the opposite of what would potentially lead to a conviction.
And also the whole thing about when you're bringing this kind of stuff to law enforcement, every time I see some stuff with YouTubers or I hear somebody online say the investigation and this, and they start shitting on law enforcement, I'm just like, dog, you do understand half these motherfuckers are showing up and there's like mutilated bodies half of their fucking shift. You know what I mean? Like they're actually investigating real fucking crimes that have real evidence, real witnesses, real dead bodies, real leads and all this stuff. And then somebody comes trotting along, hey, did you know James Charles hit on a waitress or whatever the fuck? And then they're like, oh, the cops won't take us seriously. It's like, guys, get your shit together, then bring some kind of proof to them. And even if you do, you're probably going to be waiting in line. They got a billion things to do.
And it doesn't help that Max goes and has this fucking moral high ground attitude for us making fun of Spencer. And then halfway through his video, he has to admit that she kind of came out and made allegations of mistreatment that were false about him immediately after. That's extremely funny. So we're supposed to believe that everything that she said before meeting Max was true.
Right.
But everything after was a malicious, character defacing lie. It's like, oh, wow. It's almost like, as Max would say, we pegged her, okay, from the very beginning.
Strange choice of words.
No, there was that one clip where he's like, we pegged him, then he fled to Mexico. And then when you hear MamaMax, because dude, this whole thing has just reminded me of all the crazy shit about MamaMax. I mean, the best thing I could say is go watch my first video. It aged tremendously. Or go back and watch the call where we're just chatting with him after the part where Spencer talks, because that's kind of irrelevant now. And just go listen to us probe him for information, because it aged great. Despite the fact that me and Mudahar are not like friends anymore. I was remembering the clip where he's like, I could not get his name. I could not get his face. But above all else, I could not get any information on him until I showed him a picture of my ass. What? And he just starts like twerking on the camera.
I love that part.
What?
And he's like, yes, subscribe to my Patreon if you want to watch videos of pedophiles jerking off online.
Do you want to see my uncensored butthole?
Yeah.
The Eye of Sauron.
Dude,
imagine
fucking...
imagine how scary it would be if you're a pedophile. You get a call from an adult man on Discord. He shows you your asshole and he says Leviathan Leviathans are coming for you, and then hangs up.
Do you remember he made a song about pedophiles and one of the bars was about having sex with them?
I don't remember that. I don't.
It's like you're the prey, I'm the pred. You'll pay your debt with head.
Fucking bars, bro.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, he was like, "Whose dick are you gonna suck?"
That was like the lyrics of his song. Dude, he made a song about having sex with pedophiles. Like, this guy is a fucking loony bin fucking dropout. This guy's out of his mind. And I'm relearning all this information live on stream, and it's very funny to watch. But I hear him. He goes on his new video, whole tangent about how he's like super pro police. Like, you need to go to the police. After he spoke to us privately, it was like, I'm like, so what do you do, MamaMax, in particular, to make sure that your stuff that you're doing could lead to a conviction? Well, I think that Wayne is probably the best example. What we did is we got videos of him jacking off while we pretended to be fucking kids, and while I think that should probably be a conviction, for some reason the law just binds the police. I think I'm gonna do some sort of interview series with local law enforcement to ask why they don't. And by the way, keep in mind, local law enforcement is around the local area where Alex Rosen is just getting conviction after conviction, arrest after arrest. You can go on his website and you could track the status of the pedos that he's busting. Now, he says the N-word a couple of times, and he's probably kind of racist, but like, why is MamaMax not able to emulate this in a similar setting to what Alex Rosen is doing? There was like the tweet from the local police department. It's like, you'd be an ally to the force, Alex.
Oh my God.
I said, there's a clip. I go, so you don't actually catch any pedophiles, right? You just like make fun of them online? And he's like, well, yeah, kind of.
That was surprising, because I thought there was progress being made. Maybe I just misheard or something like that, because apparently...
No, everyone did. That's why my video was successful.
Okay.
Because everyone thought people were getting arrested.
I could have sworn that was going... Yeah.
He's like, well, I'm very transparent. I'm very upfront about this stuff. I go, if you were... people wouldn't have reacted so positively to my video when I posted it, because everybody clearly thought that your footprint was larger than what you portrayed.
Right.
Right? Again, this is the guy who comes to me and he says, I want people to assume that most of the stuff in my videos is fake. But then he turns around a year later and goes, all these people are bad faith. You're supposed to assume it's real. Like, what? Again, Vega, you've caught as many pedophiles as MamaMax. Viewer, you've caught as many fucking pedophiles as MamaMax. Tom, you've caught as many pedophiles as MamaMax. I've caught as many pedophiles as MamaMax, bro. This guy has been fired.
Well, I was in Afghanistan. I think I killed more pedophiles than anybody's.
You didn't have to show them your asshole on Discord.
You got more KIAs than fucking, and you didn't even have to jerk off for them.
MamaMax butt clap tutorial. That'll be fine.
You didn't even have to shake your ass, dude. Yeah, you didn't have to show them your Discord cheeks, man.
So do you think he's doing this because I doubt a 3-hour video, because I'm sure it was probably edited. I haven't watched it, but I'm sure it was probably edited in his similar style or something. 3 hours. Do you think he really waited to take advantage of the situation, or he was making it and it just so happened that he finished around the time all this happened?
No. Why would he go after Mudahar? Mostly.
Muda and you kind of took him down, right?
He had to have started these videos at some point. I don't believe that he made them all in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
This is 4 hours worth of content. If I go back and I assume how long it would take for me to post something like this, I'd probably be starting from like the beginning of the year, right?
Right.
I don't know. I'm just looking at this video and I go, it's really convenient that he's come out and started talking about this stuff after the people who made the videos on him had falling out.
He wants to come back.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to come back.
Okay.
To YouTube.
I think that he's using it as an opportunity to kick his way out. Also, Mudahar, maybe it has nothing to do with me. Okay, maybe I'm ego maxing. Maybe it's Hasan Piker fighting with Mudahar.
Are they fighting now? Okay.
Hasan Piker and Mudahar are fighting too.
On Twitter.
Yeah, well, Mudahar's done his whole thing like, I don't want to cover drama anymore. And that's like a whole thing in the news, and people are kind of turning on Mudahar there a little bit. So maybe that's the opportunity. But I don't think if Mudahar is the same Mudahar that exposed him in January, I don't think that Max comes back and plays this angle. But I think he's a fraud. You think that he cares about this shit. I think he's like a clout rapist.
Right.
And by the way, I don't mean like rapes people. I mean like he's like a demonic clout-sucking entity.
Who, Max?
Max, yeah, full stop. Yeah, I don't buy a fucking word that guy says.
Yeah, okay. I think it shows with the way I see the interactions. It's just like with anyone else, right? If you're around me and my boys, we interact in a certain way, but it looks natural to us. This is how we are culture-wise, all this shit. When I hear him talk and you guys talk, some of the questions don't feel like they're hitting or it makes sense to him when they're perfectly logical, right? Mm-hmm. There was that moment where he brought in that crazy chick after you guys asked him a question. I saw that and I was just like, dude, what the fuck? I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, Spencer, can you tell Mudahar how it makes you feel when he's mean to you? And I'm like, whoa, hold on, reel that back in. You can't throw Spencer as a human shield in front of your argument. That's weird. And kept doing that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I agree, but to an extent to where I don't think he understands what he's doing is what we perceive it to be. I don't think he's intentionally throwing her out there.
Well, the grossest thing I saw him do, because obviously he can't publish these girls' statements, right?
Right.
He starts blurring the ones who don't want to be in the videos anymore. Like that's why Spencer's blurred in the new one. And at one point he made a response that was like 9 minutes long. The end of it was like a sexual assault survivor sample platter, where he's like, "Oh, you're coming after me," and then he just played like 7 gruesome statements back to back to back to back to back.
Oh wow.
As like an emotional ploy. That was fucking dirty. That was gross. He actually played it again in the video, and it made me like, I mean, it makes me mad when he does stuff like that, because I mean, again, if this guy gave a fuck about any of these people, why would he choose to take, like, as somebody who's never gotten a conviction, never even seen an arrest, why would he take on the story of 8 girls to go after a cult?
Well, I mean, that's a good question.
Why would he do that to those people? Why would you bring them together without knowing what you're doing? Like, bringing all of these people together only hurts their cases later.
Right.
I don't understand why, if you actually cared about this stuff, why your first fucking angle would be like, moist critical, we need to talk. And again, it flies in the face of his current issues, because he's like, Mudahar's not a journalist, he's not equipped to talk about this. Meanwhile, he was begging every influential YouTuber to talk about it, including Mudahar, and only had a problem when he didn't like what they were saying.
Right,
like, what does moist critical have to do? Moist critical is probably, and I don't hate Charlie, probably dumber than Mudahar. Or maybe dumber is a mean way to word it, but I don't think that Charlie is like the journalist that should be reporting on the story either. I think this is kind of fucking. This reminds me when Hasan Piker's like, these commentary YouTubers need to talk more about Palestine. Remember that? It's like, no, the fuck we don't. I talk about Amaranth.
Yeah.
Well, I for one cannot get over the fact that 16-year-old Turkey Tom.
I for one can't get over the fact that I've grown up. Now that I've grown up, my entire body can still fit inside of yours. So how cool is that?
Fuck you.
I didn't mean it in like a MamaMax type.
Wait, MamaMax. Oh, rape.
Like if you were the pedophile and I was MamaMax.
You're the friend. I'm the friend.
So moving on to the next.
Well, dude, he said he wanted to like suck Tommy in the ass. Do you think that was like? Do you think Tommy would consent to that? He wanted to do ultimate Tommy C review.
Ultimate Tommy C reviewing his body. What?
Oh, did you see that shit now? Dude, if you go on YouTube subreddit or whatever and you look up Nick DeOrio, I'm just the Nazi who reviews rape.
Wow.
Like they think that like, dude, someone spread a rumor that I have a fucking like we watch like victims cry and we have a funny meter that we let the chat boosts the funny meter on the rape victims. To be clear, we don't do that. Just
yeah, okay. I want to say you to clarify that shit.
Wow, this one looks like this is 10 booms on the rape meter. Like, wow, really sorry to hear about your graphic sexual assault. Boom, boom. Like, what the fuck do you think this show is? How do you think that YouTube is allowing this to remain on the air?
That was a funny segment of your guys' like interview where he was just like, why don't you put him on your show? And he's like, it's called Ultimate Rape Review. I was just like, that's a good point.
Dude, and now he's trying to play that. He's trying to use that now. Isn't that crazy? He's playing clips where we play the intro or whatever and editing them to be like, look at these guys. They would not platform the victims. Instead, they just platformed this. And it's like, this is what you wanted me to platform them on. What do you think I was going to do? Hey guys, me, Mudahar here today. And, oh boy, we're going to be listening to Spencer talk about a vampire today for 40 consecutive minutes with no cuts. Oh boy, new Linux review tomorrow.
Oh boy, the big question today is what happened to all the food in my fridge?
Oh boy. Dude, like, what does Max think was going to happen? I just don't understand what he thought. What was the end game here?
I think that he wants to kind of climb back a little bit. He wants to get back his audience a little bit.
No, I'm talking about back then.
Oh.
Like, what did he think Charlie was going to do for him? Oh, I'm going to bring on Spencer and let her talk for 40 uninterrupted minutes on my channel and upload it?
I think probably he had done a lot of weird shit uncontested for a while and got away with a lot of retrospectively strange stuff. And so as a result, he kind of was riding high. You know, he kind of had an ego about it. He didn't realize. And he had like a group of friends around him who, keep in mind at the time, were very supportive of the way he handled drama. You know, not to blame them in retrospect, really. But I think that he kind of thought he was in
I'm blaming them.
Okay. I think he thought he was in an untouchable position. And so as a result, he made some serious missteps and miscalculations. He thought that anything he did would work out in the way he wanted. Keep in mind, this guy back in the day called like YouTube complicit in pedophilia and then got to like talk to some employee supposedly who flew out to his house.
And then everyone, and dude, I was looking, he leaked messages were like Night Docs. Night Docs was like, why don't you do something with your life and support the important cause? And all of them were like, yeah, Night Docs, get him in the group chat. And I'm like, hey, yeah, you probably ought not do the hashtag pick a side, child or pedophile YouTube. That's kind of weird. That's kind of a weird fucking hashtag. I don't think that's what happened.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Tom beat me to it, but it was like you're asking, what did he think he was gonna do here by getting Charlie on? I think he probably had a plan. You know, there's steps to it. Here's phase 1, right? Where before that kind of worked out, right? He had a whole campaign going. This is almost like an echo of, remember back in the day? We're about to go way back. Tom, I think you were 16. Remember when I think grade A was like the first I can remember that did something like this? You remember that shit?
Yeah. I mean,
you put out a video and you said, make YouTube great again or something like that?
Oh, you're talking about make YouTube great again. I mean, that was completely bullshit. That was just nothing. That was like self-aggrandizing.
No, but it actually wound up getting YouTube to call him, because he followed up with a video.
But it didn't really mean anything.
I know, but he accidentally like caused a ruckus because the audience took him serious and they went off.
Dude, Susan Wojcicki and Cyrus are looking down at us right now.
Oh, that's right. She
depending
died,
on what your perspective
bro.
is.
That's crazy. I forgot about that.
I made a joke the other night. I was like, yeah, Susan Wojcicki is probably so... Actually, wait, no, I'm sorry. She's dead. Moving right along. And my chat's like, this is how I found out. Like, there were a significant amount of people who didn't know that Susan was gone. And I just like flew right through that to the next thing.
Yeah.
I just assumed everyone knew. When I got my play button, it wasn't signed by Susan. Well, not signed. Like, the paper wasn't signed by Susan. I don't even know who it was signed by.
Is there nothing out of bounds, Nick? Nothing out of bounds.
What do you mean?
It's Susan.
I'm sorry, dude. Remember when it was funny to say that she's like a horse-faced bitch because Mumkey Jones got banned from YouTube?
That was funny.
My bad. I didn't realize this was a sacred person. By the way, who got unbanned recently? That's a current topic. Mumkey Jones 2 is back on YouTube.
Oh, is he back? Nice.
His second channel got unbanned.
Yeah, his second channel gets unbanned. Yeah, that's crazy.
Damn, it's been like 8 years or some shit like that, dude.
Yeah, I don't even think he appealed. He just woke up one morning, was checking his sub tab, and it's like Mumkey Jones 2 videos.
All right, my final question from the MamaMax so we can move on. Do you think Max, after he's done with his run here of going at everybody, kind of like trying to set things right or at least defend himself here, explain himself, do you think MamaMax, based on his videos and his talent or lack of talent, depending on how you look at it, do you think he can make a comeback and make anything other than the videos he used to make? Is he able to come back and become a YouTuber again? Can he do it?
Well, I did notice that on his channel, because previously, like during the controversies and stuff, or even I think before they really launched off, to get attention on his channel, he wiped his whole channel, right? He got rid of all the vids. But now they're all back, including the old Life Sucks videos.
Yeah, I remember those. Yeah.
Maybe he could go back to doing that, I guess.
I think it's total ego death. I don't think he could. I don't think he mentally could leave this topic. I think he survived under the grift of like, or maybe grift. Yeah, no, I think he survived under the grift of I'm helping children for way too long. And I don't think he would be able to engage with reasonable criticism anymore when he does something inevitably bad in his new niche, because he has literally survived off of, why would you criticize me? I hunt pedophiles for the last 5 years.
And that is a good point you brought up earlier too, man. He could have hooked up with some of those guys that are doing it, like actually hunting them down, getting with law enforcement and doing that. If he didn't feel like collabing with them or jumping on board with that crew, he could have at least done like a ride along with cops and shit, or with that crew.
That's the thing, is MamaMax's videos rely on you not knowing anything.
Right.
If you haven't seen the Nick DeOrio video, okay, you're in for a wild ride. If you don't know how other people in his niche have been able to be successful doing what he's attempting to do, then what he says sounds more reasonable. If you haven't watched any of the coverage in the order, or you've forgotten it, like, these are all things that play towards MamaMax's narrative. But if you're informed and you have like a reasonable understanding of the space, you immediately hear what he says, and it just sounds retarded.
So that's a no from you and a maybe from Tom.
No, absolutely not. But I think he could. I think he could. I think he could from a perspective of like, if he switched niches and reviewed scented candles, he'd have a chance. I don't think mentally Max could do it.
Right.
Yeah, I would generally agree. I mean, I like to think that almost anyone can come back on YouTube and be fine unless they themselves are the pedophile.
EDP made a comeback, didn't he?
I mean, he not really though.
Would you ever like endorse a pedo expose by Max?
No. No. But I think that regardless of that, he's like decent enough at editing and I'm sure he could make something. Maybe if you make game reviews, it'd be okay. I don't know.
He's got talent.
I mean, Mouthy Buddha came back as a Catholic YouTuber recently.
Yeah.
Who?
Mouthy Buddha, crazy psychotic racist dude. Yeah, he came back and he's doing videos on Christ.
The hoe's final form. You can apply that to guys too. You don't know about that?
What?
So usually a hoe that cracks her legs open, she's got like 1,000 bodies. She's a cunt. She's a piece of shit.
By the way, you have to cut that. You have to cut that word. That word is auto demonetized. Sorry.
She's a splunt.
Splunt?
She's a splunt.
She's a shadamuta.
She's
a shadamuta.
She's a splunt. Obviously, when you see her again, she's all about Christ. She's all about God, as if everybody forgets she took 4 of the homies in the bathroom and swallowed everybody's cum. You know what I mean? The final form of a hoe is God.
You go from the JQ to Jesus of Nazareth.
When you do so much bad, you take advantage of people, you manipulate people, you're a piece of shit all around throughout your entire fucking life or a big chunk of it. And you look around, nobody likes you, nobody respects you. Anything that comes out of your fucking mouth, nobody believes or cares. The only thing to do is find the flock at the church because they're all forgiving. That's why it's the hoe's final form, because nobody cares. They're just like, oh, you found God? Then we're here for you. And then eventually they either go back or, that's all I'm saying. I don't know if you guys didn't know that.
No, I knew that. I just wanted to hear you say.
Yeah, it's just not something that came to mind.
Oh, okay. Well, that happens with dudes too.
No, but when I think about like YouTubers and stuff, I don't oftentimes think of them as hoes.
Well, you should.
I'm saying
Maybe you should.
I'm not saying that
Oh my
either.
God. Well, the first thing about Mouthy Buddha was not like fucks guys in the bathroom. That wasn't what I
No.
was
I think you get me wrong.
Maybe
I'm
you
saying
should start
that
a
guys like that, it's the same thing, what I said earlier, right? When you look around and you're kind of alone now because you fucked everything up, usually you turn to religion.
when you're no longer an accumulator of wealth.
Hey guys, just wanted to give a quick shout out for this episode's artist Maycom for his great art piece and animation. His Twitter ad is on screen now if you want to follow him, or if you need any art done, his commissions are open. All right, back to it. All right, so I heard on a lighter note that we had a clash of titans, a battle of the minds recently. East versus West, or further west, east.
Israel debated Palestine live on
Yes,
Twitch.
they
Did you see Hasan Piker got detained at the airport or something?
Oh, that happened today, yeah.
What is up with that?
I don't know. He got randomly selected for special screening or something. I didn't really look into it too much because I just assumed it was like a normal, like, stupid airliner bullshit thing. But I guess they questioned him on his beliefs, so maybe it was personal. I don't know. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I saw that the White House, somebody put out a statement saying that they actually took him to the side because of his anti-Trump videos or live streams or his bans or something like that.
Look, if you walk and talk and fucking dance with terrorists live on Twitch and then I guess repercussions start happening to you, I think that's kind of expected, right?
Yeah.
It's not like they fucking held him or like fucking put him in well, I guess they held him, but it's not like they put him in a fucking a jail cell for 48 hours or something and violated his fucking civil liberties. He's out and about and doing his thing.
It's interesting to me that he's calling everyone who hates him a slop tuber. I find that very, very interesting.
They just attach to whatever the new word is. None of these words mean fucking anything. The guy's a stream highlight YouTuber.
Well, like, what the fuck does he think he makes? He does the same thing everyone else does. He just is himself.
Yeah, but with like less substance and less reaction. It's actually funny.
yeah, it's actually worse.
He's like Asmongold is slop, Nicholas DeOrio is slop, Ethan Klein is slop. He just does the same exact thing.
yeah, what's lower than slop?
Well, slop is defined by as content that we don't like.
Oh,
that's
that's
the new
what
definition of
it is.
slop.
That's the word for it now.
It's like it's slop because you're covering the bad drama.
Got
But
it.
if you cover the good drama, then it's like intelligent discussion, discourse.
So who won the debate?
I think the low taper fade meme won. I think it's still massive. What do you think? Like, what if Palestine had a low taper fade?
Yeah, that's gonna go well. That's gonna go well. The clips.
Well, I mean, they keep saying that, like, you guys don't care about Palestine. You don't care about Israel. And I'm like, yes. Everything I've learned is against my will.
Are there any other creator clash updates going on?
I don't know. Did you catch any of the stuff I did with Harley?
Yeah, I heard he jumped in your string.
I didn't, but I know you did it.
We had 3 calls total. One before, one right before it blew up, and then one after. And he called in and he essentially said that they thought Anissa and Ian dropped out to bring him back to the table. Because they were like, well, if we drop out, would you still fight? And he's like, no, because you made this about a fucking holy war in the desert. And I just want to fight for charity.
What a line, bro.
This whole thing is weird. If you go to the Creator Clash website, it's extremely funny what's been going on right now. You want to see how much money they've raised? Because I had learned this in the last couple. Like, I actually had to call Harley to figure this out because it sounded too good to be true. And by too good to be true, I meant catastrophic, right? If you go to the Creator Clash website, you're greeted with 2 different buttons: the ticket button and the donate button. They are separate entities. no money from the tickets is guaranteed to go towards the charities.
What?
So the ticket is just your ticket price or your pay-per-view price. Then when you go to purchase your ticket, your pay-per-view price, you go to your pay-per-view ticket, you open the option, then you hit the ticket for $34.99, which is $10 higher than it was last year at the exact same time they did the previous event. I guess in relation to when the event actually is, because there was an early bird pricing scheme they don't have anymore. After you like go to add your thing to cart, it's like a grocery store. It's like, would you like to give $5 to charity? Would you like to give $10 to charity? That's where the charity incentive comes in. It also has a weird countdown timer in the top. But if you want to donate directly for the charity stuff, yeah, they are asking for, it's a separate donation. You can go check right now, and the Tiltify has got $237,000 for charity. So we know at bare minimum, this money is going to charity. Now, it's not funded through Creator Clash 2. It's actually more similar to the stream that Ian did after the event. They're just doing it earlier. And yes, he is kind of double dipping by asking you to donate twice. Harley wasn't sure, but I think if they make revenue on this event, the ticket price overflow after they pay the venue cost, the fighters, all that other stuff, the galas, whatever parties they have, I think the overflow goes, but last year there was no overflow, so we can't judge off of that. But if you look at the $237,000 that was raised, $15,000 was done by iDubbbz.
Whoa.
It's actually on the leaderboard. Do you know who did the other $209,000?
Who?
Hasan.
What the fuck?
Now, do you know how that happened?
No.
Hasan did a charity stream watching the Ethan Klein content nuke and then just prepped and just boosted this page.
What the
It had nothing to do with Creator Clash.
Oh,
the vast majority, over 80% of the donations that have gone to Creator Clash up until this point, a month out from the event, are from Ethan Klein's content nuke video. Ethan Klein donated, basically. Ethan Klein raised $200,000 for charity.
Oh,
Basically.
wow.
Have you been checking up with Shelbo?
No, have you?
Yeah.
Have you been shacking up with Shelbo?
Shelbo posted a video 2 days ago called "I'm Afraid I've Got Some Bad News," and he's like, I want you to know that people have not been respecting me. My family has not been respecting me, except for my mother. She's the only one who's respecting me.
She understands.
People who are coming in to make business deals with me are lying about their identity. Elon Musk, a fake Elon Musk, called me and said that he wanted me on the Doge thing with the federal government. Like, stop laughing. And he's like so serious throughout this whole video. It's so good, dude. So I'm afraid I've got some bad news from Shelbo99.
Poor guy. I feel for him. Well, we're gonna have him on the podcast next episode.
Oh, can we?
Which I'm excited for.
Dude, if I had no ethics or morals, I would want him on. I legitimately would. I feel like we can't do that because like it would,
Of course.
yeah, but like evil Nick DeOrio would have platformed Shelbo months ago.
Can I bring something to the table now?
Let's go. Let's hear it.
What do you got?
Okay. So the other day, I don't even know what the fuck I was doing. I was probably beating off or something. Stop gooning. And I saw this tweet in my notifications of the least expected person to be tweeting at me about this. Just a Minx tweeted at us. Saying, imagine having an employee secretly prepping against you the whole time and yoinking your friends, sad losers, at Real X8, which is Connor, me, Boax, Augie, and Internet Versus, which is also Connor. So I don't know why she also tagged that account.
Look, I think she's based because she didn't include me in the call out post.
Why was I included? What the fuck did I do?
Yeah, fuck you, Tom. You're a snake loser. Nick DeOrio, based Epic Kekarina.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, wait. What's she calling you out for?
Minx is saying that Connor ripped off Boax, but then I said, oh, she found out the Connor lore, and her response was, who is Connor? So I don't actually know what the tweet was now.
What the fuck?
It's like, you're just seeing in the middle, Justin Minx just starts blasting fucking Connor's channel.
But
it was so funny.
when I was reading this, I was like, what employee do I share with Connor or Augie? And is there like some secret leaker going to just a Minx or something? Like, that's what I was immediately thinking. And then it just turns out it is Connor. And then I saw Boax there too in the replies.
Can I just say that Boax's biggest transition was going into being homeless?
Oh, come on, dude.
He used to be able to post regularly. He used to be able to like make his content now. It's like, go, you the viewer, look up Internet Versus and look up Boax, right? Just go back and forth. Connor posted 3 videos in the last 24 hours. You want to tell me why his channel's doing better? I think he posted his stats or whatever after Boax called him out. He made 194,000 views in 48 hours. That was the view count for Boax's entire last month.
That's brutal.
It's because Boax doesn't try.
That's brutal.
He made a month in a day. It's nuts.
Is he really homeless?
Well, I think his house is being foreclosed. There's like legal papers. I don't think anybody's looked further than that.
Well, he might have like a halfway home or something.
That's sad though, bro. Come on, man.
No, it's not. We told it. No, we're not. No, it is not sad to tell somebody that you're stupid and you're going to be homeless if you don't change your ways, and then you find out that they're actually homeless or going homeless.
Yeah, but that's...
Boax had every opportunity. Dude, all he had to do was make Twitterverses. He wasn't fucking strapped down and fucking held against his will in a fucking basement of somebody's house. Bro, he just had to read fucking tweets. I don't feel bad for that guy.
Well, you don't have to put your foot on his throat.
Oh, God, yes, I do. Yeah, oh, dude, did you see the tweet? Wait, did you see him smear me as comment cop? Oh, I told my
I think you mentioned that, yeah.
Yeah, I told my stream I'm going to take every opportunity to talk about Boax until eternity. And I think it's justified.
Go off, yeah. Go off, do your thing.
Wow.
So I was like, oh, yeah, I took that as like, okay, well.
Immortal enemies now.
Forever. Boax, 20 years of Boax, 500 years of Boax.
Boax from here to eternity.
It's my Rick and Morty moment.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did we zip by fucking Creator Class 3 because it was Israel-Palestine?
Well, nobody wants to fucking talk about Israel fucking Palestine. I could go my whole life without ever mentioning it again.
Yeah.
I do not care.
It's just not our problem.
Yeah.
Especially to talk about in a public setting. Like
there are people who are educated on this who like, go watch Loner Box. What do you want from me?
Or just, I don't know, I'm like a drama YouTuber. Read a fucking book.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's basically my perspective on that.
India went to war the other day. You know the best part of that was? Nobody asked me for my opinion on it.
That is nice.
The what war?
India like bombed somebody or something, right?
Oh,
and that happened.
yeah.
Dude, the best part is I don't know anything about it. That's the best part because there's no YouTube drama associated with it. Now then Mudahar has come. I'm kidding.
He's going to come in.
Dude, Mudahar is just like, finally, India has gone on the offensive or something. I think I got like solved. Who cares? Who literally cares, bro? I have no idea. I don't need to know.
I say we let them nuke each other and just pick up the pieces after whatever's left.
Okay, Jesus Christ.
I'm saying we don't get involved. I'm just saying they do what they're going to do. They're sovereign countries. They can.
Fucking JF's co-host in the call right now.
All right.
What the fuck, dude?
Vega,
Yeah.
Do you agree with me?
You gonna cut off all the aid there?
Do you agree with me? Well, are we supposed to stop them? We're supposed to go over there and stop them from nuking each other? They want to do it. They can do it.
As far as like us,
We're the last two states on Earth. Who's gonna stop me? No, okay, never. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
you talking about like intervention and all that stuff? I think we just need to slow the fuck down ourselves. We need to stop doing all that shit.
So what you're saying is we just need to let them nuke each other.
I'm not saying let them nuke each other. If there is going to be some type of nuclear conflict, we have to be involved. That's kind of our responsibility. We have to.
Fuck it. I'll say it. America deserved 9/11.
Yeah. Oh, whoa. Slow it down.
Pakistan deserves India, so let them have each other.
Hey, Tom, the thing is,
God fucking damn it.
when you got the biggest dick on the block, you sometimes you have to hop in there, bro. You just have to.
I don't want my dick anywhere near Pakistan. No offense.
Well, you don't have to. You don't have to. I think our input is valuable because we dropped 2.
Yeah.
We're, in fact, the only country that's ever dropped any on anyone else.
So why let them have the fun? We can just drop 2 more on both of them.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't want to say it, you know?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fair. We got to get there first type thing.
Yeah.
That's cool. Is that everything? Is there another drama? Like war?
Is there another drama war? Yeah, dude.
War drama?
All right, next we're going to be talking about the Uyghurs.
I love the Uyghurs. I literally love the Uyghurs.
Oh, did you see the Trump clip? Can we play the Trump clip, please?
I don't have
I
it.
love the fucking tribe,
I did
dude.
see
Hold
that.
on, wait, dude. The Lumbee tribe. Did you see Trump talk about the Lumbee tribe?
I heard about it, but I haven't seen
The
it.
Lumbee tribe. We love the Lumbee tribe. They're magnificent. Lumbee.
Dude, Trump just be saying shit. Hold on.
I think someone tells him to like say he loves stuff and he just says
That's
it,
what
but-
that's just his go-to.
He does, dude. It's so funny.
Federal recognition of the Lumbee tribe of North Carolina.
I love the Lumbee tribe.
It's like, dude, it's like the first time he's ever heard that phrase.
What is
Just out of fucking
Lumbee?
nowhere, bro.
I love the Lumbee tribe.
Are we sure that's not a made-up tribe? Is that a real tribe?
No, it's real.
The Lumbee tribe of North Carolina is a Native American tribe recognized by the state of North Skibidi with a complex history regarding federal recognition.
With North Skibidi? Are you fucking serious?
Okay, it's the Skibidi tribe. I love the Skibidi tribe.
Yeah, wait, you didn't hear about the yacht conference?
No.
Vega, you didn't hear about the yacht conference of 2004?
The yacht conference? Is that what you said?
Oh my god, dude.
Yachts.
No, the yacht one.
No.
The yacht conference.
Yacht.
Like, you know, like the Potsdam conference?
No.
The yacht one.
Yachts.
No.
Will you be attending the next one?
No.
Oh, shit, dude.
How do you feel about 50 Cent's sexual record in Pakistan? I say the way we solve the issue is we drop Myron from Fresh and Fit in Pakistan and see what happens.
I look at the computer say, fuck the IDF, fuck Israel. And I'm like, what are you saying fuck me for? Okay? The Arabs fucking bombed your first baby mama, Melissa.
Literally.
Have you ever seen that video of fucking 50 talking about Floyd?
No.
Well, you've never seen it?
How many videos has he made on Floyd, bro?
No, the one where he's the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. It's like the most iconic one.
The ALS Ice Bucket Challenge was way before Floyd, so.
No,
Not that Floyd, Tom.
Oh, what Floyd?
Unbelievable.
Tom, you are so fucking racist.
I can't even believe it.
What other Floyd
You are
is there?
so fucking racist. No
What
way.
other Floyd is there on my Instagram reels?
Oh my god, I'm talking about this, dude. Pull this up. Get
It's a
it.
special ASLELS challenge for you, Floyd. If you can read one full page of a Harry Potter book, I'll give $750,000 to whatever charitable organization you want to. Fuck the bucket of ice, man.
I like it. So let's drop him in Pakistan.
Well, actually, they did do that. Did you
They
not
drop-
know that?
okay.
They actually did drop 50.
Okay.
No, they dropped him in Pakistan.
Okay.
Wait, did you not see this?
Oh my God, bro. What the fuck
No.
are you talking about?
No, they did.
What have I been missing?
Here, look. This is when 50 Cent was in Pakistan.
Right, okay.
Did you not remember when 50 Cent was fighting terrorists in Pakistan?
So to give you guys an idea of like what I'm working with here, this is the kind of stuff that's like informing my diet of talking about Floyd. Okay, you guys all my screen
Oh
share.
God!
You ready?
Please have the James charge.
Did you see this?
Oh, dude.
What is that, dude?
All right, we can end this thing.
All right, take us out, Tom. I don't know what this turned into.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching this episode of the podcast. Subscribe to Nicholas DeOrio and Lord Vega.
Subscribe to Tominator Enterprises.
And we're gay.
Dude, that was so downbeat.
And we're gay.